I'm trying to get ready for this septic. I gotta go with 2 tanks here. So I got the first pad pretty much squared out and leveled off. I sent my laser in to the shop. So it wasn't illuminating the beam, but now we're good. So that's saying we got to go up a little higher. So that's real good. So I'm gonna put some stone in here, maybe about 4 inches of stone, crushed concrete. So she's picking up real good. All over this whole pad is pretty much laid out. So this is the first pad. We're gonna put the first one in the long way, and then once I go to the second one, I'm gonna go ahead and switch it up. I'm gonna go ahead and square off for this second pad where I want to dig at. I'm gonna have to move that sand over there. That's pretty good sand, so I go put it off. My lowest quote on this 20,000. The common rate is about 30,000 to do this septic. 2 septics, that's including everything. I got my laser set at 6 feet. So that's where we at with the 6 feet on the laser. Almost straight. We're going a little bit lower on this pad here. Just trying to get the floor right and carve out my edges. That's good. It's about 2 inches high. Yep. So pretty much I'm just trying to get this all consistent, carve out my edges. Square up my hole a little bit, so I'm just using the shovel to square it out. A little under the weather right now, so it's kind of difficult to breathe and exert energy. I think we about where we need to be. All right, get the pad. Right there. That's good. We're in good shape. I'm gonna call that done. So all we gotta do now is bring the stones. Go get the stones in here, and I gotta get better. I'm sweating, got a slight fever. I still got 3 hours to work. Well, more like 2. So I'm happy with this. I'm just gonna measure out, make sure I'm good. All right, we know we're good for the first tank, but we're just gonna measure it anyway. And you're looking for 11 feet 6 inches. So that's right where this is right here. So just go up to 12 to be on the safe side. All right, so we're looking at another 11 feet 6 inches. Just gonna round up to 12. I know I cut this a little bit larger. So definitely got 12, 10. So that's good. And then we're supposed to have, I believe, 80 inches. That's our width. Yeah, 80 inches. So we're gonna measure our width. I know we're good here. I'm just gonna put it right on center. So that's 80. Right there, wherever our center pipe's gonna come out at, we're gonna put it right there where the inlet will be. This will drop down. We're gonna put a slight slope on that, you know, coming from the house. Let's see where our 80 is here. All right, so our 80 is right here. So we got plenty. So we still got all this extra right here. But we just want to have a little room to work. I don't like to be too tight. All right, so again, this is lower. That's higher. The inlet, the way the inlet is, the inlet sits higher, I believe. Yeah, the inlet sits higher. So from the house, it's gonna be perfect. You're gonna get that right pitch. The tank gotta be level once you put it in. Then we're gonna tie off. We don't need no more than 2 inches or 2 feet. No more than 2 feet from this tank to that tank to tap in. That's the real MVP right there. Her and me, we got a lot of history together. And we went through the courses, went through the brakes and injectors, injector pumps, flat tires, cylinders, hydraulic hoses breaking, and a whole lot of frustration. But we worked it out, and you know, I didn't turn my back on her, and you know, I'm being rewarded for that, you know, because of it. We got a sharp cut here. Got a nice sharp cut against that wall. This is just a little bit of extra. This is loose right here, so that's almost like a way out. Um, but we definitely got what we need. And again, that pad is going to sit higher. This one dropped down. So that's not bad. You can see the minerals in the sand from the water table. You can see how it in the early spring, when it's rain season, the water tables are really high out here. You can dig down about this much and almost be in the water table, you know. But definitely, this will definitely be in the water table. It'll be fine once you put the water in the tanks. It'll weigh those tanks down to keep those tanks grounded. And with two 1,500-gallon tanks, the first tank is going to pretty much do the hard and the heavy lifting. By the time it gets to the second tank, everything will be processed. And then once the second tank dispel of it to this drain field, the drain field will have a lot easier time dispelling from that point on. So to my understanding, going with the 2-tank system, I bulletproof this, where as if I shouldn't have to address this for quite a long time. They weigh about 15,000 pounds.
on. Perfect. Right on.
Man, I'll work with you any day, man.
Number one's okay?
I'll work with you.
Number one's okay?
Yeah, everything's
right on. Okay. One down, one to go. Yeah.
Right there. Yep. Several. Grab the level too, Pops. Grab the level right behind you. Sorry about that. No, go ahead. Thank you, Pops. Yeah. So.
Yeah, as long as you got fall there.
Yeah.
As long as you got fall.
Yeah, we got a little bit of fall. That's all that.
I like this guy. You can't work for Washington County. You're used to Belleville and Sumter.
Yeah. You gotta have good perm factors. Everybody gotta, everything gotta work, man.
Yeah, don't take away from the contractor.
Yeah.
I like everybody as long as I can unhook this harness. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yep. Right now.
I was a little nervous, man, but it fell in.
Yeah.
It worked out.
Easiest one in Sumter.
It is. You don't get this luxury over here. Usually you get water and push.
Yeah, nice 3-week window.
And sand
Yeah.
caving in.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the whole yard is full of sand.
Yeah.
Then I gotta move the rig because it encroaches the rig already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what we did was did a lot of backfilling, and right now we got to connect tank A to tank B. I'm using schedule 40, two 45-degree elbows on my inlets right there. I put those at 18 inches. So that's what I did there. I'm not sure if you're picking that up, but that's 18 inches right there. So we're gonna go ahead and weld these together that way I can finish here with this, bringing this sand in, get this area pretty much straight. So I'm gonna try to capture this right quick. Okay. I'm not sure if you can see that, but hopefully. Go ahead and put the cement around this right here. This is a 4-inch pipe. This is rated for 6 inches. So this is plenty enough. Put the weld on it. Let's do a good job, get pretty liberal on that right there. We'll do the inside a little bit and also do that edge. Alright. Go ahead and set this. Make sure it's fully seated. Push it all the way in. Alright. There you go. We hold it for a few seconds. Reason I gave it 18 inches so I can have that play. So we need that slide action where we can make the connection over here. Just let this set up for a few seconds. Let it grab real good. And we'll be straight. Anytime you're dealing with water, on the drain side, you always want a downward slope. So that second bubble right there, that's where you want to be. Now let me know we got the right pitch. So that's like 1/4 of an inch, but in this case, this one's gonna drop down a little bit, which is good, so it'll flow. So the first tank is gonna do the heavy lifting. All right, so I believe that weld is set up. Now we can go ahead and set this in place. get that slide action we was talking about. You gotta be somewhat quick about this. Okay. Yep. Alright, that's where we at. That took care of it. So we just let the primer and the weld do its job. And tank A, tank B, they're connected. So that's our line. So look, we straighten that out. That's a regular carpenter straight line here. You straighten that out, that's where you want to be. So like I said, that's all the angle that we needed. We're looking at the second bubble now. That's all the angle that we needed. So we still got like a 1/2 inch up under there. That drops down and that gives our slope, so that's plenty of pitch. Alright, so we're allowing this tank to fill up. So it's gonna let it fill up halfway. Once it gets to the halfway point, then it transition over towards this side. I'm only gonna let this fill up maybe about 1 inch or 2. Want to get a decent balance, but I still got to put that filter in on that side there. This is where the drain field is gonna, begin. That's the outlet for the drain field. And so anyway, I'm gonna be doing a lot of excavation within this space. I got to build a header in there, and I got to build my runs that's gonna run out. So it's 30 by 50 is my drain field requirement. So that's gonna take me quite some ways, but we'll work with it. I got a little sketch as far as my drain field perforated pipe. So I think I need like 10 of them at 3 feet on center. So that should give me what I need. So I just could design the header, and then we'll put a few clean outs on it because we got trees. And I think that should be it. Hope I can get this squared up in the next week or 2. We got rain coming through. I'll get this stone out of here. We got some rain coming, so I don't want to start carving because it's gonna have some erosion if I do once the rain hit it. So probably these 2 are done. I'll put that filter in there, and I should be 100% on this. And I'm filling it up with water right now. That one is completely filled. and it's transferring water now from the flow over here, and that's working good with no leaks. That took the whole day to fill up pretty much, so overnight kept it running. So I'm assuming that this will probably be the same. So it's kind of satisfying just kind of watching it, you know, but it's plenty to do, so I don't have time just to watch it. I'm right now just filled up the skid steer on the diesel. I probably will get 10 more gallons for the backhoe, and then I got a punctured or a ruptured brake line on the white van, and then I need some she don't have power, so she's reduced on power. It says it's a misfire, so I believe that's probably in the coil packs or something like that within the cylinders. I never dove into that, so it's time to do a deep dive in it and get this to where it needs to be. Do an undercoating on it, you know, knock off some of the surface rust. You know, this door is kind of bent out a little bit, but about 3/8 of an inch. I want to hit that in on that, and then right here it's about 1/4 of an inch. So I want to get that to go inward, and then we clean up the surface rust, put a coat of black on it, and then we'll spray on top of that white, so we can keep it nice, keep it alive. All right, so what we're doing here, we're carving out this drain field. Well, it's gonna look real nasty as you rough it up. I'm just trying to get rid of this top layers of soil here to get down to this sand. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come back through, I'm gonna clean this up, level this out real nice and good, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put that 2NS sand down as a base. But as of right now, I'm just carving out this top layer here, get off to the side. I'll probably move with the skid or possibly with the backhoe. And like I said, it got to be 30 by 50. That's my drain field. So I got this one line, using it as a guide. This line right here. Like a hot mess right now, but I'm gonna make it all come together. It all makes sense. So I don't have much memory on this card. I'm at 20 minutes, so I'm just gonna be kind of grabbing tidbits here and there. You know, I got the time lapse on it, so you know, so at some point I may upload that, but as of right now, I'm here and I'm getting this done. All right, so we got that first top layer carved out. This right here was much higher because I was bringing earth in from my dump truck guys. It was bringing me fill in, so that fill was mainly clay, you know. So anyway, I had to carve down until I got to that virgin sand down there. So that's where I'm at. I could jump in here. I know better to jump in here with the skid steer because there's too many highs and lows. But we got down to the sand, and so we're gonna get in here with the tractor, with the farm tractor, and try to kind of level this stuff off a little bit more, kind of get the grade better. You know, just gonna try to knock it, you know, to where it can flow. I'm probably gonna try to ease in right through here, and just take my time. Hopefully she won't get stuck, but if she do, we got enough machinery on here to try to get her out. You know, I'll clean it up. I still got those piles to get off and just get off to the side of the property there. It's probably gonna be a little more 2NS sand than we anticipated, but you know, at the end of the day, it'll be okay. Once I get this graded, it'll start making sense. All right, I'll come back in with that And this is 30 by 50 pack. All right, so we got that first top layer carved out. This right here was much higher because I was bringing earth in from my dump truck guys. It was bringing me fill in, so that fill was mainly clay, you know. So anyway, I had to carve down until I got to that virgin sand down there. So that's where I'm at. I could jump in here. I know better to jump in here with the skid steer because there's too many highs and lows. But we got down to the sand, and so we're gonna get in here with the tractor, with the farm tractor, and try to kind of level this stuff off a little bit more, kind of get the grade better. I'm probably gonna try to ease in right through here. And just take my time. Hopefully she won't get stuck, but if she do, we got enough machinery on here to try to get her out. But anyway, that's what it looks like. It's really rough right now. That's what it is, that's just the nature of the beast. And I'll clean it up. I still got those piles to get off and just get off to the side of the property there. It's probably gonna be a little more too in there sand than we anticipated, but at the end of the day it'll be okay. Once I get this graded, it'll start making sense. So the dozer did the trick. We're gonna go ahead and get this drain field together. Got it pre-cut. Worked on it at nighttime. Had another situation with the dump truck. Broke a brake line. Slammed on the brakes pretty hard and punctured the line. So it revealed a weak spot in the brake line. So we're gonna get that taken care of. We're working through this truck trying to get it going. Other than that, it was a smooth ride. I love the tires. But back to this, gonna go ahead and get all this stuff welded up. It says not necessary to weld it out here. Say wanted to leak out anyway, but at least in my solid pipe I want to get all that welded, and in the perforated pipe I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna slide that in place and then make sure I set it properly. And I got this graded, got it lasered off, so we're straight. We'd rather want to lift up opposed to go down. So we're in real good shape here. And I got 5 yards of 6A. So we're gonna work with it. We're gonna do a total of 5 per run. They're 3 feet on center, 3 feet apart. All right, so we're getting that 6/8 natural in there and getting everything leveled off. If I have any low spots, I just use that 2NS sand. But this is what it's gonna look like. We're gonna put a little more gravel in here. This is just, we're gonna put a little more stones in here. This is just preliminary right now, just to kind of set them in place and get the heights right, get the levels right. 3 feet on center, and everything's looking good. We got a little pitch sloping outward. You gotta remove that little pile right here. Right, put that arm on it and keep it going. But I like how it's looking, how it's coming. I'm probably gonna dry fit, like I'll probably dry fit at least 5 of them. Seem like I'm working in sections of 5 or increments of 5. And I want to go ahead and use the rest of this stone, and then that'll be that'll be my marker. So I'm losing sunlight, so I just want to hurry up and get this done right quick. That's probably about a half a yard, maybe 3/4 of a yard, but we're gonna hurry up and get that on here and spread them. Just kind of make it a little higher in these spaces. This is where I'm at with this process. That's what a drain field should look like. It's beautiful. It's coming along. Got to put more stone in this area right here. Level that out a little bit more. I got 5 more yards of this 6A natural here on the dump. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that offloaded. I got 10 more sticks to put in, and that'll close that out. And then I gotta put a an end cap there, almost like I did with the header up front. So this is gonna connect them all with T's and 90 degrees on the ends. Gotta do a little excavation on this area right here. I came a little short, so I probably use the backhoe on that way I don't have to do too much back work. This has all been this has been all back work, all wheel bearing. You know, I didn't want to pack this in too much, so I don't have a skid steer with the tracks on it. And so anyway, I knew those tires would have cut right into this sand, so I wheelbarrowed all this. You know, it's been quite a bit, but you know, I needed the calorie burn. So far I believe this is about 15 tons of fill here. This is a 30 by 50 drain field. Just about at our final run here. We got one more line of sticks to put in. That's gonna be our final one out there. We got to clear that path right there. Cut these roots a little bit. Tie it in. And remove that high spot there. Gotta add this stone, so I'll be doing that today. Just carved out a pad right here, that way you can move the big truck. And she's just about done, all tied in. It wasn't too bad. And just make a ramp from here to get inside of there. That way we don't disturb the pipes that we put together. And we should be good. This, I know it's 3 dumps per 10 foot, so hopefully I got enough. I think you know, 5 yards typically take care of a section, and you know, if I got to go back and get a little bit more, that'll be fine, just to hit the perimeter, the outskirts, make it, dress it up real good, make it look nice around up in there, way at the top where the septic tanks are. But other than that, I think we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. So we still got 1, 2, 3, and 4 cells to go. So I used up all that 6/8 natural there from the dump truck. That was a little more than a little less than 5 yards, so it was like 4.8. Told the guy 5, and you know, so it seemed like they keep giving me you know, a couple 100 pounds less than, you know, I'm requesting, but that's okay. So once I go back, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get 6. I know that's gonna be pushing it on that vehicle. It should be okay, but I got some areas that got some hills, and you know, she feel like she's all the way accelerated, and she just don't have the horsepower. But she gets up to the hill. She may lose about 10 miles per hour, you know, so everybody get upset behind me, but that's okay. Slow is safe, you know, so no reason to be a speed demon. 45 is my comfortable speed with that dump truck there. She can get as high as 55, but when you're hauling heavy, there's no reason to be moving really fast. Like I said, I still got to clean this up, so I'm gonna just get in there and carve it real nice, as best I can with the backhoe. Some of this may be some shovel work, just a little bit of it, and then right up in here with the roots, I'll probably get the blade saw and cut those roots back. I only got to get 3 feet over that way, and I mean, all right, we all set here. Getting her all closed up, getting her covered up with the fabric now. It passed inspection. Inspector loved it, loved the pitch, loved everything about it, the right stones. So now we're putting the fabric down, and then we're backfilling. So I'm just getting this back in and just taking my time because this skid steer don't have tracks. And that's that. I could have used the backhoe, but too many cars in the way right now. I got folks out here. I slope this and play with the contours in a little bit. Go ahead and get back on the skid. I'm gonna use that 2N sand, and then I got a little bit of regular sand, this stuff here.